Okay. Today we're going to practice seeing and creating shapes that will kind of be a map to show us different different steps in our scale of our bottle. For instance, this is Ben Nugent, and he started this first period. And what I would like you to practice doing on a sketchbook page of a drawing of a bottle, it doesn't have to be a successful drawing of a bottle, but what I need you to do is just see if you can identify those different steps and then draw the basic shapes. Okay? So if we look at this handout is here to help us. We have a clear bottle and a green bottle and a light, like a Van Gogh style bottle. And we're just going to pay attention to the shoulder. Remember what we talked about the other day, how we're going to have vertical lines of reflection on a vertical surface in glass, right? Quick transitions, light to dark. Well, what happens when we have a curved surface? And how do those lines change? Are they straight at the outside edges when the edge of our glass is curved? Yes or no? What do you think? No. Nope. Okay. So what does that look like? In the case of my bottle that I have in front of me, and by the way, just look up here. If you were missing your bottle, this might be it. And my apologies. Okay?
I don't know, it might be, I'm not sure.
If I look at this bottle right here in the dark, I can't see all of this different areas of reflection. But if I set it up on my tabletop where I'm supposed to, I see all kind of things. I see a back line of this tabletop, and it's not straight. Why does your tabletop through your bottle not look like that straight line? Why doesn't it look straight? Why do you think? Why do you think? It's because our bottle is curved. So, when I look through my bottle, my tabletop is like that. Because this is the sphere, the reflections of the windows on my bottle look like this. They're not going to be like this. Okay? The edges of my bottle, the glass appears to be thicker because I'm looking through the sides of the bottle, right? However, we're creating an illusion, so we don't want to make an outline of thick black around our whole bottle. If the outline of your bottle looks like thick black, you're going to really have to look a little harder and see if you can vary it. Very worst scenario, fake it. When I look at my bottle, I actually can see my paper or my sketchbook in front of me, and I'm seeing reflections that look like this. If there's a lot of clutter on your table, you might want to just move everything aside. Because how does my bottle look when there's, say, like a pass in front of it? If I know I have a week to color this bottle, do I really want to put every detail of that student pass in my bottle? No. I'm going to make it pretty simple, but I do want to incorporate every single step of my value scale, 5. If we look at our rubric, today we're going to be working on this. Correctly display highlights, shadows, and lines on your bottle, creating a 3D illusion on a flat page. Basically means curved. Okay? In any areas that are wide spaces of the same color, you might want to do what's illustrated on the back of the handout, which is this. Who remembers what these lines are called? Yes! Cross contour lines. Cross contour lines. You wouldn't want to do this. Here's my bad side. This is my... Hey, look, I could actually make this like, Okay. You wouldn't want to do this direction, this another direction, this another direction. If it's very small spaces, like in the mouth of the bottle, our directional lines don't matter. Matter of fact, they could just be up and down, and that makes sense. But whenever we have a wide space, like this, that's all the same, go ahead and tip your drawing upside down if it's curved and follow the curve. We know cross contour lines because when we did our fruit drawing, we learned how to create them. And this is a cylinder, okay? Here's a sphere up top, and then our cylinder is like this. So over here, I would go this way. And of course, when we're practicing in our sketchbook, it's on white. You're going to see some white through the paper. If you have colored paper, you're going to see some of that through. You should at first. This colored bottle drawing is very meditative. It's a good project for just sitting and relaxing. How many of you like to color? Like in a coloring book?
I do. Still depends on what kind of color.
Well, if you have this, I like to call this a map. If you create a map in your sketchbook, I'd like to come around and check it, and then take your lightest color. Maybe it's white for some people, maybe you could use like yellow if you want. If you have a clear bottle, I would use gray. I wouldn't use pencil if you have a clear bottle. I would still use gray. Draw it all out on your final. On here you can write yourself notes like this is a step 1. These are all step 1s. That's a step 1. Maybe this is a step 2. Keep this out so you can use it as a guide. And then your final, you have all of this figured out. That's just all coloring in. Light layers until you achieve this. Okay? There were a couple students asking, because on the collection list there was the Splendor Blender, and there were a couple students asking. I said, you know what, you don't need that today, because you really don't. Your drawing will look a little chalky today, and it should, no matter how far you get, because that's going to be something we do Friday. Once you use the Splendor Blender, you really can't make any changes. You could use it on the mouth of your bottle today if you wanted to, but I definitely wouldn't use it on the body of your bottle. So, your takeaway is, make sure you don't have a dark outline on the whole bottle. Make sure that your reflections on the hemisphere part of your bottle are curved, no matter what color. Really work hard to try to see through your bottle. Try to see the tabletop, and what does that look like? Look here. This whole thing is a sphere, right? That's not going straight across. That'll flatten your form. What's so just magical about this project is you're really able to create something that looks like it's popping out on the page. Don't think that you can't, because you can. Okay? And today, just go through and see if you can do this so I can check it. And then the rest of the week, once you have this practice kind of laid out and it's successful, the rest of the week you can just sort of enjoy and start coloring in, following the steps. It's as simple as that. Okay?